Welcome to Part 3 of the series, Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports, Restraint and Seclusion. This module, Seclusion, is the third of 5 modules created by the Ohio Department of Education to review requirements of Ohio standards for the implementation of positive behavior intervention supports and the use of restraint and seclusion. While the policy and rule addresses requirements that restrict the use of restraint and seclusion, the focus is on positive behavior interventions and support, which ultimately increases positive interactions and impacts the social and academic success of students. Seclusion is the involuntary isolation of a student in a room, enclosure, or space from which the student is prevented from leaving by physical restraint or by a closed door or other physical barrier. It should be your last resort. It is only meant as a means to provide the student an opportunity to gain his or her self-control. Because seclusion is essentially a safety procedure, you must only use it when there is immediate risk of physical harm to the student or others, and when there is no other safe and effective way to intervene. The goal of managing student behavior must be to use the least restrictive intervention appropriate. Seclusion should be a last resort safety measure used for as short of time as possible. Seclusion must never be used for the purpose of punishment or as a means to gain compliance. When used, it is essential that all policies and requirements, both local and state, are observed. Your seclusion room must have adequate space, lighting and ventilation, and there must be clear visibility for and of the student. It is also the school's responsibility to see to it that the seclusion room is safe for the student using it. Remember, you cannot lock a student in a seclusion room. Again, we must always keep in mind that seclusion should never be used for the purpose of punishment or as a means to gain compliance. In addition, seclusion cannot be used as a convenient way to handle problems. Always be sure that your use of seclusion conforms to state and local rules and regulations. It's important to remember, seclusion shall not be used as a substitute for educational program and behavior intervention, a less restrictive alternative, inadequate staffing, or staff training in PBIS and crisis prevention and intervention. When using seclusion, staff must be appropriately trained to protect the care, welfare, dignity, and safety of the student. Staff must continually observe, use verbal strategies to de-escalate, debrief following the situation, and complete all required paperwork. The Ohio PBIS network mission is to advocate for adoption and implementation of the PBIS framework in teaching of social competencies and development of safe and effective school environments. Contact the state support team serving schools in your county for the Regional Education and Family Consultants, or Michael Petrasic at ODE, who can assist you with PBIS implementation. For more information, visit education.ohio.gov or www.pbis.org. Download this PowerPoint at education.ohio.gov to access the live links on this or any slide in this presentation.